Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Drew over here. It's motherfucking 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm already 4 ounces in on the lean. I know, I'm bad. I'm a little fucked up, so my speech is a little fucked up. I usually talk a lot better, you know how the lean goes. I mean, I used to be a heroin addict, so you would think this shit wouldn't be like motherfucking baby aspirin to me, but apparently it's actually a lot stronger than I thought. I'm about 6 ounces in right now. But anyway, let's get back to the point of the video. The point of this video is this. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my boy DJ Akademicks. DJ Akademicks actually inspired me to start making these videos because you know, I'm glad to see that there's still African Americans in America that have common sense. But white people should be able to speak their minds more freely, especially a heterosexual white male. As a heterosexual white male, I can't say shit in America anymore without being a homophobe, without being a racist, without being a fucking Klan member, without being a Hitler lover. And I'm not. I'm not any of those things. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to get into it. The point of this video is this, is that DJ Akademicks hits the nail on the head when he says what's going on in Chicago right now, aka chiraq, aka don't raise your motherfucking kids there, is nothing but coon nigga shit. I mean, I'm not racist. I'm going to keep on saying that because as a white guy, I have to pretty much say that every time I say something racist. Let's be real, what I'm saying is racial words, but these aren't black people. These are niggers. Just like there's white people and there's white trash, just like there's Hispanic people and there's spics. It goes for every single race. If there was aliens, there would be a slang term for them, just like in the movie. What the fuck was that name of that movie? The one where they lived on Earth? Godfather. Yeah, that's the name of it. But anyway, what's going on in Chicago is really just some coon shit. And the problem with it is that there's no organization in the gangs anymore. That's why things are so fucked up there. You see, back in the 70s, when these gangs first erupted, Larry Hoover, even behind bars, still ruled the Gangster Disciples with an iron fist. And if you didn't follow his laws, it pretty much meant your ass was going to be dead. Nowadays, let's keep it real. Most of these people aren't even official gang members. They're not even cool with real OGs. Not even cool with real homeboys. They just happen to be in a neighborhood where a gangster disciple or a black disciple, and that's another thing. Gangster disciples and black disciples are technically both under the folk nation. They're supposed to have come together in the early 90s. So them riding on each other is just more nigga shit. It's just more nigga shit. There's no unity. And here's why there's no unity. There's no unity because everybody wants to be a leader, but no one wants to be a follower. Be a follower. You can't have a good leader without good followers. I'm not just saying this. My whole life, I've always been, I guess, gifted, and I've always been a leader in pretty much every situation. But my job as a leader would be useless without people that were loyal and could follow me. And in fact, a good follower is way more important than a good leader. Let's face it, not every hood nigga has the brains, the smarts, the charisma to be a leader. And that's cool. They don't have to be the leader. If they want to be in a gang, they just have to be willing to take some orders. I think it's worth it. They make a killing selling drugs. They make a killing robbing people. They make a killing literally. So it's worth it. All you gotta do is just take a little shit from the boss. You don't think normal people take shit from their boss? Pretty much no matter who you are, even the president takes shit from someone. Everyone takes shit from motherfucking someone. It's just that simple. But these niggas don't want to hear shit. They don't want to take shit from no one. So they're just blasting anyone who even tries to give them an order, even if the order is going to help improve their situation. Now what that gives you is anarchy. And as we know, me personally, I love the idea of anarchy, but that's the thing. I love the idea. I know humans are not developed enough to have anarchy in society. They're just not. Without laws, without rule of government, society just crumbles apart. And that's just fact. But anyway, so what the gangs in Chicago needs is better leadership. You know? And there's people that have the potential to be leaders. The problem is, most of them get shot the fuck up by some nigga who thinks he can do the job better than him, and turns out he can't. And not for nothing, these gang members in Chicago are not too smart. When bodies start dropping, the police start watching. It's that fucking simple. You want to sell your drugs? Do you think, honestly, white cops give a fuck about niggas getting high in the projects? Or, I'm sorry, they don't have the projects anymore. Niggas getting high in the hood? Nigga, please, they don't give a fuck how much drugs you're selling or how much drugs you're doing. They're caring about the bodies. And what the fuck happened to just beating a nigga up? I'm from New York. And even in my town's starting to get hood and guns are starting to become more prevalent because I'm a 90s baby, and us 90s babies are just off the fucking hook. We just murdering everything. I don't know what's up. Maybe the fluoride in the water. I don't know. But the thing is, when you murder people, the cops start watching. And when the cops start watching, it fucks up your whole operation. So these people don't even have the sense of self-preservation. They just want to have a name, even if that name is going to spend them the rest of their life behind bars. And not for nothing, a lot of these guys go, I could do life behind bars. No, most likely you can't. And the people that can are not right in the head. Maybe you'll do fine for a good few years, maybe even 10 years. But eventually you're going to wake up one day and you're probably going to hang yourself in your cell. I did 4 months in jail. And let me tell you something. On day 120, my ass was motherfucking reformed. And by reformed, I mean a smarter criminal. If I sell drugs now, I don't fuck with people I don't know. If I rob someone, I plan this shit out fucking weeks in advance. You know what I'm saying? They don't even do none of this shit. If you want a good comedy, watch the first 48. Every nigga on the first 48. I saw it last night in the first 48. A car pulls up talking shit to these guys. What do these guys do? They start fucking firing in the van. And you know what? They killed an innocent woman who just happened to be taking a ride with them. It's not right. You have a problem with someone? Beat them up. You prove your point. You get your street cred. You're still tough. No bodies. No cops. You don't go to jail for life. I mean, I don't know how much more of a fucking win-win-win-win-win-win it could get. And you know what? I can't even blame the lack of leadership so much. It's really society as a whole. I mean, I know people like to use that excuse to excuse a lot of the coonery that's going on in chiraq, but in reality, there is a lot of truth to it. Let's face it, every fucking rap song you hear now is about killing people. In the year 2014, murder is the new Air Jordans. You catch a Bobby, you get Bobby. Well, fuck that nigga Bobby. I don't know who Bobby is, but fuck that nigga Bobby. But anyway, you catch a body and you get your little fucking teardrop tattoo, and you don't think the cops know what that means by now? You really don't? You may as well just write, please lock me up, but we'll get back to that in a second. They catch a body, and they brag about it, and like this shit is cool. And not for nothing, where the fuck, like what? Like, I mean, oh my god, my head just hurts. I gotta get more codeine in me. My head literally hurts from talking about this because the value of human life is nothing to these people anymore. Even old school Italian gangsters. Even old school Italian gangsters, did they murder people? Oh hell yeah. But usually they waited till they had a good fucking reason to. And they did it in a relatively smart way. And they didn't do it, you know, in the middle of a public park where little kids were playing and shit, like these coonery. And, you know, oh my god, just no value for human life. These niggas these days, like the coon who fucking tried to murder the guy with his kid. Back in the day, if you tried to murder someone with their kid, your ass would get murdered by your own gang. Kids are innocent. You leave kids the fuck out of it. Jesus Christ. Where is these motherfuckers' moms? I mean, I know these are the fucking fatherless, motherless crack babies of the crack era. That's what the 90s is. It's the fatherless, crack addicted mother babies from the 80s era. That's what the 90s kids are. I'm lucky enough that, you know, I'm white, if you can't tell. I think I said that. You know, my mom is not addicted to drugs. My father's not in the picture. My mom's not addicted to drugs. And that's why I think maybe I have value for human life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to just put this out there because I'm not going to do it. I literally planned to kill someone who did me wrong. But I weighed it out. And I really just sat down and thought about it. And I was like, you know what? Even if I don't value his life, I value my life enough to not do it. It's just that simple. And the guy actually has liver cancer anyway, so he's going to be dead in a few years anyway, so it's just a matter of time. I don't know, man. My advice to anyone who's in Chicago that is not a criminal, get out. Take your kids. If you gotta live in a fucking tent in the woods somewhere because you can't sell your house, do it. Because if you don't, your kids are gonna grow up in the same shit that these kids grew up in, and they're gonna do the same thing that these motherfuckers did, and most likely you're gonna be burying your kid. Or even if you don't have kids, just get the fuck out of there. My opinion, they should just bring the death penalty to Chicago. And I'm anti-death penalty. That's how fucked things are there. They gotta just make example out of niggas there. They gotta be like, oh, you like to shoot people with their kids? Shoot them in the head right now. Like, a judge literally has gotta do that shit. A judge has gotta get gangster like that. Like, yo, shoot this nigga in the court right here. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but the fact is that sometimes you do have to fight fire with fire. And the judicial system is failing. Perfect example. I'm in New York, and I live on Long Island. I went to jail, like I said, for 120 days. I went to jail for 120 days for robbing heroin from a heroin dealer. My bail was $100,000. And I used a BB gun. I didn't even use a real gun because the dealer was a pussy. I didn't really want to hurt him. I used to be, like I said, I used to be a heroin addict, so I was strung out. I wanted drugs. And my bail was $100,000 for pointing a toy at a nigga. Meanwhile, a dude in Islip who's a couple of towns away from Mastic, which is my hometown, fucking shot up like 4 houses, and his bail was $10,000. And for those of you that don't know, you only need 10% to get your ass out. And his ass is out. Why? Because he's a 36-year-old man, and you better believe he has $1,000 at hand. I don't know, man. It's just a sad world we're living in today. It's just the total fabric of society is falling apart. And I don't even know where to start. It's just, at this point, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, shout out to my boy DJ Akademicks. This is really more of a rant than a news video, but I'm going to start doing news videos like him in a white perspective, even though I kind of talk like a nigga, because I actually do have a little nigga in my jeans, but that's a family secret. I'm not going to get really into that shit, but damn, bro, I don't even know what to say. So, thanks for watching my little rant. Please feel free to comment and debate below. I love to debate people who are like, nigga, you fucked up, wishing death upon goons in Chicago. Nigga, fuck your goons. Your goons are killing innocent women and children, robbing priests. As far as I'm concerned, they don't mean shit. I don't have problems with gang members. See, here in New York, before I quit, the United Blood Nation is prevalent here. But they actually have a very strong leadership here. It's pretty much kind of like a tribal system. You have your big homies report to your OGs, and your OGs report to your bosses. And I know a few OGs, not OGs, a few big homies. And they keep shit organized. When I was in jail, like I said, I was friends with I was friends with a big homie in jail. And when there was a problem in the dorm, people would go to him. And even if they weren't gang members, they could go to him. Like, for example, there was 2 Bloods in the dorm, and he was the big homie, and one of them robbed me, but he was my friend. And even though it's supposed to be gang rule, he knew that they did some fucked up shit. And he was like, yo, listen, you know, he didn't do anything to you. Don't rob him. He's my boy. You know, give him his shit back, and you're going to pay him back with interest. And guess what? They came over, and they paid it back with interest. So, feel free to comment below. I hope my man DJ Akademicks watches this. I know I kind of sound like I'm dick riding him, but really, I'm just happy to know there's still one black man with common sense in the world. So, thank you for watching, and more videos are to come.